Everybody, welcome to Our Mom Critiques Wildbow, a proud member of the Duke Network. In this podcast, my sister and I force our mother to read Pale, Wildbow's longest work. I'm Jenny, and Malia convinced me to read Worm.
I'm Malia, and Jenny convinced me to read everything else.
And I'm their mom, and I want to try a Bonky Donk.
This episode.
What?
A Bonky Donk.
Wait.
What?
What's wrong with you two?
It's the way you said it.
It's just a funny word. Funky Donk.
How would you say it?
Like Bonky Donk, but you just like I feel like your emphasis, you're like
Bonky Donk. Well, yeah, it's not Bonky Donk, it's Bonky Donk.
It's so
That's
good.
What it is.
It's delightful.
If you name something a Bonky Donk, you've got to say it that way.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
Carry on. Carry on.
Yes, so we're covering the second half of Arc 4 of Pale, Leaving a Mark.
All right, so we start with 4.7. Avery stays in class after Lucy is expelled from it and tries to make friends with a reluctant Jessica, offering to help her find her cousin in the ruins. The trio touch base with Matthew about Bristow's interest in Kennet.
In 4.7 Extra Materials, we see a guide to all of the students at the BHI, complete with a handy map and a not-so-helpful description of their practices.
4.x, Snowdrop. We learn that she says the truth and the universe twists it, so she's not entirely sure what others are hearing her say. Nicolette helps her get some food from the Brownies after she meets Nina, the librarian animus.
In 4.8, we flash back to see Lucy train with Guillemette in Fey dueling before she came to the BHI, and then we see the trio meet with Alexander, who tells them more about Bristow and his apartment with all of his aware people. And they consider going to Kennet to stop Bristow from messing with their town.
4.8 Extra. Story time. We learn about Clem, the Gilded Lily, Shelley and Daniel, a Bright Eyes and Glamour Drowned, Kevin, an evil-eyed Magi, Ted Havens, a world-weary, world-wise world, and Sharon, a skeptic, who all live in Bristow's apartment.
In 4.9, the trio learns how to make creepy dolls with the help of Zach, the sexy girl totemist, hot girl totemist, whatever he was. And Verona calls her dad, who's not doing so well.
4.10. The trio talk over options to get back home quickly and decide to ask Jessica for help. They travel through the ruins, and Avery does some scouting when she returns.
In 4.10 Extra Materials, we see Verona's notes, I believe, about spell notes, diagrams, and a bunch of very meticulous practice stuff.
What did you think of these chapters, Mom?
Okay. Yeah, there was a lot in there, especially now that I was listening to you guys read it over. Every single chapter had a lot of stuff. They were really fun. I liked them, except for the last one. Verona got into it too deeply, and I was like, no, I couldn't do that. Whatever that was, 4.10 Extra, but all the rest were really great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was, would you almost say it was extra?
No. No. You
Thanks,
can
Mom.
say it. Yeah.
You can say it. Okay.
So, I think from this section, a lot of people's favorite chunk is the dossier, where we learn about all of Bristow's, or not all of, we learn about some of the people who live in that apartment, like all those little short stories. If you had to be one of them, which one would you choose, and which one would you absolutely not want to be?
Okay, that's a tough one. I really enjoyed that part too. Okay, I don't know if this is a good answer, but I would pick Clementine, that I want to be her, because there's never a dull moment with that girl, and she gets to go around searching and finding these cool little things all the time. And it does seem a little bit more dangerous to the people around her than it is to her. Although when I was looking back over it, no, she's kind of suffered a lot too from all these things she's picked up. But it sounds she's intriguing. Yes. What did you have another question?
Yeah, which one would you not want to be? Which one has the worst life?
Okay, honestly, that one is easy. It's Daniel. Can you imagine singing that song for 17 years? Oh, how many times would you want to kill yourself? And you just could,
Oh man.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't
Yeah.
take more than a couple of months to get to that point where no, I can
couple of
never, I
months.
can't do this
Yeah.
anymore. Well,
Yeah.
killing yourself is, is a
Yeah,
strong,
that's extreme. Yeah.
yeah, it's extreme, but this is 17 years. So yeah, that is
Yeah, I
absolutely.
can't imagine that.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I
awful.
know.
Yeah, that's
It
pretty
was
bad.
wonderful though. I mean, I love Wildbow's sense of his imagination.
Mhm.
That's crazy. He comes up with good stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, he definitely does. So, how are you liking the Blue Heron Institute? Who would you trust the most there, and who would you trust the least, and why?
Okay, so no, I think I like it. I think it's really um it's a great read, really interesting, and um I don't know. I really don't trust anybody. I would say I like Zach. He seems a
Mm.
little bit more vulnerable, and not as just out to trick you as some people. He jumped into their group and what did he do? Tried to make that doll come alive and did stuff, and then he was kind of injured a little bit, or they zapped, he kind of got zapped. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, good for you, Zach. You were a good sport there. So I like him. And Nicolette possibly will be a good one,
Hmm.
but I still don't like Alexander because it's totally straight out there that you can't that he's just out there to gather information from you and you can't trust him. So, yeah.
Mhm.
It's fair. Um, so another fun part about this section is Snowdrop's interlude, where we have a fun encounter with the Brownies.
Yeah.
What are your opinions on the Brownies? And if you had access to them, what would you order from them, or would you choose to never interact with them?
Oh my God, that part was so wonderful. And that was so funny. And boy, Snowdrop got herself in such trouble. That was funny. But yeah, I love that part. And
Mhm.
they're like pissed off little goblins with food. I just, how I like the goblins and stuff. But yeah, I would have to, I would have to interact with them and order stuff. I wouldn't avoid them because it's food, and I just find I would find it a challenge, but I would definitely order those bonky donks. I would.
Bonky dogs.
Bonky
Even
donks.
though they ruined their lives. Like,
Yeah, I don't care. They need to figure that part out. That's all part of the fun, of being in this. You've got to have, if you're going to be in this stressful school, where you're doing all this stuff that might kill you, you need to have a little bit of fun and some good food. So, yeah, I'd order bonky donks at least every day for a snack and
At least every day.
well, just one with a cup of tea with my tea. And then I have different things they're putting on it just to kind of torment them. Like,
What?
you can put, well, not just for that, but it's just kind of fun, And they're messing with me, so I'm going to mess with them back. But like put whipped cream on it, and maybe the next
Mhm.
day chocolate syrup, and the next day, oh, we want it covered with raspberries, or whatever, And then the other thing that I would try to get them to do is milkshakes, because I love milkshakes, and just like a different one every day. And they'd hate me, like a peanut butter milkshake, and then hot fudge milkshakes, a fresh peach milkshake. I could go on and on. But wouldn't that be fun?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the thing that it's not that they mind making stuff for people. I think the bonky donks are just like so stuffed with preservatives, and also like the plastic really gives them trouble, like the plastic wrapping.
Like the wrapping, yeah.
Like, I don't think they'd mind you ordering milkshakes.
Oh, okay, that's good. But I still I like those bonky donks, It's a thing. I'm sorry that they have to suffer, but they can figure it out. They're smart little dudes. And so the whole thing is you have to be neutral and try to not like it too much, right? Like when they hand you the best bonky donk, and it has like like chocolate sauce and whipped cream and then raspberries and little sprinkles on the top, you're just like, oh yeah, whatever. You gotta,
you just
when
can't
instead,
thank them for it. You can't be.
You can't
Yeah, but
acknowledge them
I'd
really.
be scared being enthusiastic though. Where inside I'd be going, oh my gosh, I can't wait, But but no, I'd be scared to be enthusiastic. And then I'm scared to talk too, like something would slip out of my mouth. So I might order like by writing it down every time or putting a picture. I wonder what that would do. Like
if you could do a picture of a Bonky Donk or like
a picture of a Bonky Donk and then this time put whipped cream on it and do little sprinkles, but you never know what they're going to interpret that as. You could,
it's dangerous.
Yeah, that might be it's dangerous. You're right. Okay. But you can't do anything nice like a heart or something on it because they'll be really ticked off. So, I haven't quite figured it out, but yeah, that could be dangerous, but still talking could be too.
Yeah. Is there any other like preservative filled food that you would try to get them to make?
Oh, crud, I didn't even think of that. Probably lots. I love things with preservatives. Let me see. I should be ashamed of. You know what I love is Hostess Twinkies. I mean, those things probably last 10 years. And I love those things. I should be embarrassed, but I'm over it. I'll just admit to the world, I love Hostess Twinkies. What else is really good preservatives?
Like any kind of fast food or any kind of like.
Ooh, I kind of like fast food.
Candies.
Let me think about this.
Anything.
Remember how Mom, your idea from when we were kids about like the food delivery thing? Do you remember that?
Oh, is that the tube thing?
With the tubes?
Oh yeah. No, I hate you're gonna make me give over my idea to everybody on the internet. They're gonna steal it, and I want royalties.
Okay.
Well, you guys better.
This is going to happen because it's like from the Jetsons. You guys do know what the Jetsons are, right? I mean, they're not that young. You guys need to know the Jetsons. So the Jetsons is what?
Sorry, I was going to say, I think George Jetson is born this year. Anyway.
I'm so really? We're behind. We need to catch up. We don't. Okay. But the Jetsons was my cartoon that I watched as a kid that was like a cartoon of the future. And it was so cool. I mean, you had robots that would, come to your house, and they lived in this like little house in a space station that was like, a mile up from the ground or something. And then your car, they didn't really have cars. They had little, little plane that, cool looking spaceship things that were flying around all over the sky. And, I know they had like a dumb waiter where they could push the button and stuff would, their food would come up there. So I'm thinking, why are we still driving to McDonald's, for our Big Mac or whatever? We should be able to just go on our phone or our computer, order a Big Mac, be like, yeah, I want it in 10 minutes, delivered to my address. I mean, we have telephone lines all over the place still. They're not buried here in Hawaii or where I am. And you could just do a larger tube, along those telephone lines, or even better, bury everything, man. Just have it all under the ground. It looks better. And then it shoots through this dumb waiter from McDonald's and flies at this huge speed into my mailbox. Except I won't even have to cross the street to my mailbox. It'll be deposited right in the thing, and I'll open the shelf in my office. It'll go ding ding, and then you'll open the little tray, and there's my Big Mac. It's kind of obvious. It's going to happen, you guys.
I mean, you know what? It's not that far-fetched, actually, because at our hospital, we have something that we honestly call the tube system. And, it's like a system where you get these big plastic capsule things, and we can either, if we're collecting labs or if, like, pharmacy needs to send medications, they can send them, like, in the tube system, and it gets, like, whoosh, it, like, gets sent up to you.
I'm totally, I know. Isn't that cool? We're almost there. We're almost there. So
just the bad things you have to think about are making sure like there's a way that if the capsule has something happen to it or break, it doesn't like splatter all over the place. Which we have to be careful in the hospital about that too, obviously. And then also they have to, do maintenance and stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It goes down.
There's a lot of things that will go wrong when they first start that. That's for sure. That's a whole other topic.
What would be your name?
What does that
Do you have a
mean?
name? Like if you're starting this company or this thing.
Oh gosh.
Like the food tube.
The food tube. Yeah, no, I've got to give that some thought because that's important because it's going to catch on and make me so much money. Yeah.
Okay.
Except you're going to have some haters that get their, Big Mac and there's like ketchup smashed all over everything. And yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'd be a little,
there's
going to be problems.
Progress, guys.
Okay, since you asked about preservatives, this thing has got to have a lot of preservatives, but I love these. You guys have had Jack in the Box tacos, right?
Oh,
those ones. No, they're so amazing. Yeah. Who knows what's in those things? And they're just kind of mush. They're like this brown meat mush that tastes incredible. I think they have this chemical or something in there that's like, deliciousness chemical,
That is,
MSG.
But that's a great, that'd probably make them more mad than the Bonky dogs.
It might, because who knows? I don't know what, nobody really knows. There's probably spam in those. I don't know. But whatever there is, it's mushed up meat. And now, you guys, they have them in these little teeny bite-sized ones. And I got those once and I was like, oh, these are so fun. And they taste the same, So they're kind of a little bit of crunch on the outside and then pure mush of deliciousness. You don't even, you're going too far if you ask yourself, what's really in this? That just stop. Really, just stop yourself. You're not going to be happy. So, sometimes you need to just bite into something and just enjoy. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going with this question.
Wisdom. We're making all of the international listeners horrified at the food that Americans enjoy.
So sorry. Yeah. Everything you guys heard about us is kind of true, and I don't know what to say. COVID? No, I don't think so. It happened before that.
Yeah, you can't blame that for that.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we do like walk around and exercise and stuff, but it's
and then sometimes we actually cook things with we go to farmers
without
markets
MSG.
Yeah. Well, no, nobody eats. Nobody uses MSG anymore, do they?
Some people do.
I think
they sell it at Asian markets.
It was like a smear campaign that was actually not true about like whatever the headaches or bad side effects. It's actually fine.
Yeah.
What? You mean those headaches I got were all in my head?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, either way, they would have been in your head, but
that was a good one. Come on, Jen. I'm sorry. Okay, just stop. Can we have another question? I'm done with this. I like this topic though.
It is a good topic, but okay. Well,
wait. Now that I do like that question. You guys each tell me a preservative-filled thing that you can't give up.
Okay.
Let's think. I've been making a lot of shave ice at home, although I don't know if the syrups have a lot of preservatives in them, but I know they have some.
Ooh, yum.
I mean, the first thing I thought of was Reese's, but I'm not sure.
I've made a giant Reese's.
Like one giant one?
Yeah. Like to take to work.
Okay.
For a potluck. I've actually made this twice because like someone requested it because they really liked it. It's ridiculous. To make it slightly like less of a one note texture, I also added Reese's Pieces into it. But I'll tell you, you can make it from scratch at home and it tastes like a Reese's.
Wow.
That's insane. How many calories you think is in that little pie?
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
Like you'll die.
Yeah. I mean, not 1,000. It's got to be like
let me see,
5,000 or something.
It used like, because you know how like at least here, like the grocery store, you can get like the really big bags of chocolate chips, and then like the more normal sized ones.
Yeah,
I want to say because this is in like a tart pan, like a large deep dish tart pan. So I think it used 2 of the normal size bags of chocolate chips, and I think it used 2 containers of peanut butter. And then it, like,
Are you kidding me?
no, I'm not kidding you. And then it was like
Recipe,
several.
Jen?
What was
Dang.
that?
He said burn that recipe. That's
Burn that recipe.
crazy. Wow.
I can't, because now I'm getting it requested every now and then for.
Oh
my
my
gosh.
gosh.
I don't eat it at home. I bring it to work because I'm not gonna do that to myself. But yeah, I originally made it because like there's someone at work that like is obsessed with Reese's. Like he makes bets with like Reese's all the time, and he just loves everything Reese's. And so I was like, "All right, David, I'm gonna make this for you." And then everyone else really loved it. So yeah, no, I can't burn the recipe. But it is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that is.
Of course, it's bad for you. It's a giant Reese's, the same of like the shape of a giant pie.
Instead
of course,
like,
it's just one.
I love. I just like that. Okay, Malia, your turn. Go.
Well, so I was thinking about fast food, and I find McDonald's to just be really comforting. I don't know if it's just like we didn't have a lot of options on Maui, and that was the one, like, my favorite that we tend to go to because Dad hated Taco Bell and said he'd disown us if we ever ate there. And I don't really remember why we like never went to Jack in the Box or Wendy's or Burger King, but yeah. And so like now I find McDonald's the most comforting. Like if Ben and I are on a road trip and we need to stop because we're hungry but we don't want to take too long, like that's my preferred place.
Oh, interesting. Just tell me you won't ever go to McDonald's when you guys are in Europe. I would disown you. I'm serious. Don't do it.
I've done it for.
I've already gone there just to see what like. I remember I went in Spain once because for some reason the places that it was like a school organized thing. They didn't. It was like all like Americanized Spanish food, but it was like really, really terrible. Oh. And to where like everybody was eating was like bread and olive oil. And so we were like, fuck it. We're just going to go by this McDonald's. And I remember getting a McFlurry that had a Lion bar in it, which is pretty cool because I'd never had a Lion bar before.
Okay. Now that sounds decent.
I remember the McDonald's in Spain, or not Spain, sorry, in Italy had something really amazing that I ordered once.
Didn't we stop by there just because we're like, we have to see what the menu looks like?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we saw an ad and I was like, what is that? Like, and then in Germany, I've had it partly because, especially in southern Germany where I was, everything run by Germans is closed on Sundays. So you can get like Greek food and Italian food and Turkish food. But I had gone to mass with someone and the only restaurant nearby that was open was the McDonald's in the train station. And it was like, fine. The Italian one was more exciting.
Yeah.
Vitalis told me that
McDonald's.
My husband told me that like his family, like in Lithuania, they had like I think some American relatives visit them, and I don't remember if this is I think it might have been like an in-law or somebody that wasn't like actually Lithuanian, but they came and visited, and they didn't want to try any of the food, and he said that the guy ordered a taxi like to the nearest McDonald's, which was like 100 miles away or something stupid. And like he like would not try any of the and it's like it's meat and potatoes. It's nothing like
it's
crazy.
Not
that, It's serious. I seriously, I think he said 100 miles. He took a taxi to this McDonald's.
That's insane.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Okay, now that I forgot about McDonald's having like regional food, because in Hawaii, one of the things they have is saimin.
Yeah.
And then
the other thing.
Yeah. And then the other thing they have is for breakfast, you can get Portuguese sausage, eggs, and rice. And that's like my favorite Hawaiian-y.
It's so good.
Yeah,
and
breakfast.
They have taro pie, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Regional, or not regional. I think it's like
it comes sometimes in them.
Yeah, same with haupia pie, I think.
Oh man. So so that's true. That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I never go to McDonald's anymore. I go to fast food every now and then, but Vitalis, when he was going to school in downtown Honolulu, he would always go to this one McDonald's on Fort Street Mall that was really bad. It like was consistently terrible. And I told him, don't stop going to that one. We have all these other food places. Like, go somewhere else because that's a bad place. And he kept going anyway. And now he never wants to eat at a McDonald's again because he kept going to that one terrible one.
I'd be so frustrated.
Yeah, it was a little frustrating, but it's all right.
Do they still have Happy Meals? Because that's where I really got into it, was taking you
so.
guys and letting you
They
have a little
definitely
Happy
do.
Meal. Yeah, that's fun.
They totally do. I do have to add, like, this is not because I like it, but like the one preserved food that I can't live without is goldfish, because that's all like my son will eat. So I'd probably have to have a crap ton of goldfish.
Look, can you guys look up what exactly is a crap ton? I mean, I wonder if there's actually
that's a measurement. A buttload's a measurement.
A what?
Buttload.
See, that's amazing. I figure if a buttload's a measurement, a crap ton
Dad
is.
knows. It's like 128 gallons or something.
I don't know.
Apparently there's a
126.
petition to Parliament in the UK to make shit ton an official measurement, which is pretty funny.
That's fun.
It says weighing 2.7 megatons.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
That's what they're petitioning, at least. I don't know if I'm assuming crap ton is not a real unit of measurement.
Okay.
But anyway, probably should get on to the next question. So we have a bunch of listener questions. So we're going to start out with Kippos. Out of all the teachers at the Blue Heron Institute, which one would you like to date the most, assuming you and they were of similar age? And which would you be the most / least happy if Malia or Jenny started dating them?
Okay, Kippos, that's a terrible question. I mean, really. I wish you would have just said,
rude.
which one would you like to be friends with or something, but dating, that's such a different level. I was like, I don't know. So I'm gonna have to say.
You also could argue it's an even better question because
it's such a better
putting
question.
Pressure on you.
Okay, but it's kind of cringy. It's a cringy question. So, but most of these are, I guess. So that's fair. Okay, I'm gonna do a weird answer because this guy is evil. But I would date Raymond Sunshine because I just.
Why is he evil?
Are you kidding?
He's a mean teacher.
Yeah, he's evil. Evil's too much, but he's a mean teacher. Poor Lucy.
Okay.
He kicked her out and made a wall. He was awful. So anyway, but I figure if I'm on his good side, that would be awesome. And I'm like one date. You don't want to get things going there, but you just, maybe, go on a date because don't shake your head, Jen. It's Kippos' fault. Okay. So anyway, so I think it would be fun to have a date in his office and change it. Maybe I'm not getting this, but it seems like he can change the room around and everything. And you could make this really cool movie room and with surround sound and do the and any movie you wanted at all, and then you push a button
get in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, you probably could. You could probably dive in there and be a character. Mm-hmm. I mean, who knows what you could do? That'd be so cool. And
that'd be cool.
And then you could
well, what movie would you want to go on a date with Ray Sunshine in? If you dove into a movie with him, because are you gonna pick You've Got Mail and take the place of the main characters? That's awkward.
No, it's I would do
an action movie and be side characters who run and scream. What are you gonna do?
It would not be You Got Mail or Sleepless in Seattle. No, we wouldn't do those with Raymond. I was thinking something that's kind of harmless, like Mary Poppins, or because that's kind of fun. Stuff happens, and it's kind of.
So I feel like you're kind of wanting to pick Ray Sunshine because he has cool stuff, but not because of him.
Not because
that's kind of true. And it's also, what are my other options? I'm not going to go on a date with Mrs. Dollmaker. I'm sorry. I'll go out
Or,
with
like,
her
Miss
to a movie,
Pear-shaped,
but not
like
a
the-
date. And Alexander is just, I'm staying away from that guy. He's probably the most handsome and the most date worthy, but no, I'm not going to go on a date with him. And then Mr. Bristow is just kind of creepy, he's like fat and pudgy and slimy. And I mean, yeah. So I think Ray Sunshine, as long as you're careful about it, it could be really fun. And of course, you'd have those little things next to you, the Jetson things, where you push a button and you have any drink. Imagine there's no menu, you guys.
Okay, so we're bringing your invention into this,
right? We're bringing whatever it's going to be called, the invention,
Okay.
and then so you get any kind of food and drinks. You can make up your own secret martinis or milkshakes or whatever, and and then you could push a button. What?
How about the snack vac?
Oh, that's a good one, Jen. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right. You're going to have the snack vac.
I like that. Yeah. And then you could do little things. This sounds creepy because I don't want Ray to get any ideas, but you could push a button and get like a little blanket and little bedroom slippers or whatever to make you, just, but I don't, no, you're not on a,
your slippers on a date to the movies.
You just want this for your house. Just like Ray, just come over to my place and set this up.
Child has died.
These bucket seats, it's not some big lounge couch. So I can have my own bedroom slippers and that and drink my, banana chocolate martini, with
banana chocolate martini.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Made with ice cream and that Bristol cream, that coffee liqueur stuff. Oh my gosh.
What is it called?
Isn't it something Bristol cream? It's a
I thought you said Bristow.
Oh, that's great. Oh.
No, Mom.
No, it's not.
That's enough about my date. Okay. Jenny and Malia they're not allowed to date yet. I'm sorry, because they're too innocent. They would get themselves in trouble. I know what's going on there. So
I need to tell you, Mom.
No.
I mean, I am married, so I may have dated before. I hate to break it to you.
I don't think you're smart enough for this, Jen.
Or Malia.
Definitely. Well, these guys are, not these guys, but just guys in general. They're. Should I not go there? I probably shouldn't go there. Okay. It's just that you got to kind of. Next question.
So wait, it's not about them being like magic users who want to manipulate you. It's just the fact that they're men.
Is it
what?
like Malia's asking, is it these people in this setting?
They're men with powers.
Okay.
Men with supernatural powers. I mean, it's like a man. You start with that, and then you take it like 10 steps up. So you guys would be in trouble.
And you would not be in trouble.
No, but I would know it. You guys can get sucked into this. You're too naive. I'm sorry.
What?
It's a nice thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, just.
All right, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh wait, banana chocolate martini reminded me. Totally random, Mom. How would you feel about eating a pizza with banana on it?
Ew. No. I mean, only pizzas with pineapples are delicious, but not banana is mushy. You really want a pizza with cheese and a banana?
That's a thing.
Does cheese and banana go together?
Sweden?
No, really?
Yeah, at least one of our listeners really likes it too. We've talked about pizza a couple weeks ago.
If it has cheese, I really can't picture cheese and bananas. Although
Googling this, let's see. The first thing that came up, which who knows if it's that legit. So some normal thin crust Swedish pizza base, tomato sauce, grated smoked cheese, and then 2 ripe bananas sliced and spread across the pie, followed by a good sprinkling of curry powder. That's even weirder.
Oh my
Whoa.
Wow.
Wait, and that's it? There's no I don't know.
No, apparently it's like banana curry pizza.
Wow.
That's really amazing.
Wow. That doesn't sound
No, but
great.
you know what?
I would try
remember
it.
you guys, when I make my chicken curry, I always serve it with fried bananas on the side.
Mhm.
Always. It's perfect together.
Yeah, it is. That's delicious. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But
you
You
know,
just send me that recipe.
I'm open to trying
yeah,
it.
me too,
Yeah,
actually.
I am. But the cheese part scares me. But still.
Cheese and tomato and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that could work. Darn.
All right, Malia, your turn to read Elliot's question.
Yeah, so Elliot wants to know, what do you think about this Bristow guy? And what opinions do you have about people like Clem and Sharon and whoever, like, in his dossiers?
Elliot
Okay.
also specifically says, I feel like I'm on his side. He started the Blue Heron Institute and it was taken from him.
Actually, I think that's Mom,
Oh, that's me.
Oh,
right?
is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't highlighted, so
Yeah, you
Oh,
didn't
sorry, I
highlight it,
didn't
Mom.
highlight it. Okay, so go back to so
I
yeah,
was like, wow, Elliot. Putting
yeah,
your-
no, that's
Bold.
me. I think that's probably a unpopular way to feel, but I think I like it. Well, like is a strong word, but yeah, I'm on Bristow's side because he
Wow.
started it, you guys, and it was somehow taken away by that shady, sneaky Alexander, you know, who was so suave and convincing and you know, Bristow can't help it that he's creepy and pudgy and bald and kind of slimy. He started it and no, I'm on his side. So and it would be, I don't know why I was thinking this. It would be a great place to live. No, I mean an interesting
That
place to
apartment?
live. Yes. It would be really an interesting place to live, but
like, were you just thinking about the food?
in that apartment?
Or like, I was thinking the Blue Heron Institute because you were saying he started the Blue Institute. You're talking about his apartments.
I'm talking about the apartment now.
Place.
Yeah,
Sorry.
actually, I wouldn't want to live. I'd like to. It's interesting. It's interesting, and he's got a great imagination, and I can't wait to see what happens more with those characters. Clem seems the most interesting and dangerous, but
what about the evil eye guy? He can like curse you or something.
If you take his parking spot or something, like that's it.
Right.
No, I didn't. It was too creepy. I had to like skim over that really fast because it scared me. And then it's okay. But the thing was, he can't take that away now. It said that he's just got that evil eye. So yeah,
Right.
no, I wouldn't want to live in that building because what if you did, you know, I don't know. What if the elevator door closed when he was running for it? Oh, you're so dead. You'd never get off that elevator is the thing.
No,
you would just be on there for that 17, and the elevator music is going to be that 17 years of what's his name song. No, it's dreadful. So I don't know.
Well, and you don't trust historically, Mom. You've not trusted Fairy. So what about the two like fairy people, Daniel and Shelley? Are they more dangerous than Clem?
They're just kind of tragic, you know, because yeah, Daniel's the song guy, and it says they don't live long. That's one thing, and he was forced to sing. Shelley works the gas station girl. That's right. They escaped. They were homeless, and the whole thing with them was just so depressing because they started out with this glamorous fairy life, and their life will never be, you know, it'll never have that quality again. So it's that was sad. I feel bad for them. They need, I don't know, lots of therapy or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah, because they were like stolen, like kidnapped and brought to the fairy courts or whatever, right?
Yeah,
it's like really awful.
It's really awful. I mean, there's a lot of awful stories in this. Dang. Okay, the evil eye guy. Ted. Let me see.
Ted was the one who's lived over and over and over. Yeah.
He's what?
He's lived a whole bunch of lifetimes.
Yeah, I mean he's
like Groundhog Day, but Groundhog Life.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, sort of. I mean, it would be awful, but yeah, I like that one though. Boy.
So Elliot also asks, how awesome was the Snowdrop interlude?
Oh yeah, that was my favorite by far. I want to see that come back a lot because that was really fun to read. And you know, I'm like all of you guys. Nobody wants Snowdrop to actually get caught and hurt and all this. So as long as she can somehow miraculously escape, then I want to see more of that because it's really funny. And I was so confused though when she switched around her talking, and I think it became what she was actually saying. And so I was kind of lost a lot of the way through that because I think it was from her point of view or something. So that was hard. No, but that was really great.
Right. It's like as soon as you figure out Snowdrop always lies, then he throws you into her perspective and you're like, wait, people are reacting weird. And you're like,
I
oh, it's
know.
because she says the truth and the universe twists it, So
Yeah.
like she doesn't know what people think she said. And that's really fascinating.
It's fascinating and it's frustrating for people like me because I'm half of this book, I don't know what's going on, and he's doing it to me again, But
Yeah.
but it is, you guys are pretty sharp with that stuff. If you picked it up, it took me almost all the way through there, and I was like, no, wait a minute. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was like reading it the first time, but I think I had to go back and read it again
Okay.
like the first time you're like, what the fuck's going on when you first meet
Yeah.
Snowdrop? And then I think with this interlude too, I was like, wait, what? Why are the brownies upset if, yeah.
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 Yeah. So that was hard. Yeah. One more Snowdrop thing. I mean, this is jumping ahead, but Snowdrop and that doll, she's got to be careful, because if that doll comes back and they put her head back with her body and she comes alive, it's dangerous. Snowdrop likes her too much, and it's not going to end well. I don't know what'll happen, but I don't trust that creepy little doll. So
fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Kippos has another question. She says, based on the student guide, which practice would you like to know? Which do you not want to know? Which one do you think you can incorporate into your real life? Like, just talk about the student guide, Mom.
Okay. I found most of those practices very dark, but I think that's what this book is, I mean, I'm looking for a little bit more, the fluffy, happy stuff, and there's not a whole lot of that happening. So, they're thinking which would be the best or most helpful for my family. One that's obvious is emotional manipulation. That would be a game changer. Can you imagine growing every day in our families? Dad comes home mad, and you can be like, oh, I'm going to switch this around so that he just wants to make dinner for me. And he's so happy with me. He's never seen, he's just so overjoyed that he got the chance to marry someone like me, And then Malia
Does that feel unethical?
No, I'm good with it. That would be, because that's what you go to school for. I'm studying this stuff. And so you have to practice it, so yeah. What a question, Malia. So, but anyway, and you guys, when you guys were fighting because you were in the same room and you were both slobs or who knows what was happening, I could just go in and be like, bing, 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 love my sister day. Yay. And that'd be kind of great. What a gift to have.
Crank up the guilt to this is so messy. I feel so bad that it's messy. I need to clean immediately.
Yeah, guilt is a great mom thing to use. I would do that. Yeah. So
thanks, Mom.
Yeah,
Jeez.
sure. Yeah. And
Good
then
to know.
So then another one that was intriguing but kind of horrifying was the spider breather. And no, that's just horrible. Ugh.
Yep.
So yeah, but I could see how that'd be useful. And of course I was in my little happy place thinking, oh, what if I could be a heart breather and just like breathe out, and all these little heart emojis would fall all over everyone, and with some glitter, and it would make everyone just love, that'd be, if you could do it, you could sprinkle it on, it could be anything.
If you had a heart breather in this book, it'd be like breathing out like actual like organs or something.
Organs, yeah.
Which could be really useful for like transplants, but like,
wait,
like
Mom,
there's something like squelching and like,
that's right, Jen. Okay,
Mom,
well, if
you
it
said
worked, I don't know.
You said being a spider breather could be useful. Can you please explain how
Yeah.
being a spider breather could be useful?
Are you
Yeah.
kidding? Think of all the
No.
situations you're in when people are trying to hurt you and stuff. If you're in that dang the choir at the beginning and somebody's coming at you, you start just heavy breathing, like hyperventilating. And just think the bigger spiders the better. Those people might actually back off,
Do you
And
think
so
that they have to hack up fur balls, except spider
gosh,
balls?
Jen, you're really thinking of all the little. No, I think it's just hyperventilating. They don't have to hack stuff up. It's not coming. It's coming from their breath, not from their stomach. Okay, so it's just a matter of no.
Okay, well, okay, I won't get into that. But
okay, but yeah. So a heart breather, that would be kind of nasty if my organs are starting to or things are
I am curious if you picked emotional manipulation, would that be something that you would pass on, or would you just keep it a secret and not tell any of
would you
us?
teach Jenny and me?
Oh, well, that's a good one. I don't know. I guess I'd pass it on because I really love you guys, and I think that's a good trait to pass on because you're not going to be able to change it.
Manipulation is a good trait to pass on.
I'm in this other world. Stop it. You weirdo. What our spider breather or exterminator? What do you want? I would say emotional manipulation is fine.
That actually would be really useful if you and also not very ethical, but if you were an exterminator, being a spider breather would probably be really useful because then you could just walk by a house,
make a bunch of business for yourself,
and then you could just hang your flyer right there. Be like, I can get rid of all your spider infestation.
That's kind of great. Yeah, that is. I like that.
Feel like a no time flat.
Like your mom, Jen. Good job. I like that. Yeah, but anyway, the thing is, if I was teaching you and I had that manipulation, I wouldn't pass that on to you till at least till you're out of the house or something. I mean, I'm not having you use it on me, but you wouldn't be able to stop it if I did make you, love your sister day or whatever. You'd still have to do it, even though inside you'd be going, doggone it, mom's doing it to us again. I love you so much. Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's funny. Okay, I had one other one that I was so happy with. I have no idea what this is, but somebody had this practice called the collar of the drugstore cowgirl spirit. I mean, what could be better than that? That sounds so cool. I don't know what that is, but I started thinking of a drugstore and how they have these products for sale around there. And sometimes I've been into a drugstore and they have those cool little soaps that look like an old-fashioned thing, and you'll buy it for somebody, for your girlfriend for Christmas or whatever, because she doesn't need anything, So it'll have this it'll have this picture of this cute cowgirl on there, with a lasso or something. So that would be one of the products in there. And then you could have the the salve for sore muscles because she's been riding all day and roping and stuff. And so you could sell all those kind of things in there. Drugstores, if the old time drugstores had soda fountains in them, so you could have the cowgirl root beer float or whatever,
So just
that's a really good idea. Yeah, and you could have those straws that go around a couple times like a rope and make it look like ropes, like little lassos. So it could, it could be a whole thing. So, and then her talents, I don't know who this girl is yet, but her talents could be like roping, and you could rope all the monsters and just snag them and get them out of there. And then she's really good with animals, which could be really good in this book. And then apparel,
getting a good price in a drugstore. I don't know.
Oh yeah, she could do apparel. She'd have a really cool cowboy hat that probably has magical powers, and boots that can stomp out anything. That can crush everything and stuff.
That's fun.
And, sounds pretty fun.
Yeah. And she'd be a really good dancer because, I mean, after all the rodeos, you always have a dance and that country music and
It's just
she's
natural.
it's just natural. Yeah. So that sounds fun. I can't wait to see what happens with her. Oh, least favorite. Okay. Was the I don't know how to say it, abyss or abyss drinker or exterminator. Abyss drinker, really? I
It
mean,
doesn't sound great.
it's
right?
horrible. That's like you fall into the pit that never ends, the bottomless pit, and you have to drink all something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even necessarily liquid. It's just that you're taking this all in,
Mhm.
It's not good. And so that's my worst, probably. An exterminator. I mean, who would pick that? I don't know. But anyway, exterminator wasn't good. And the collar of the black gutter spirit sounded kind of dreadful. I don't think I'd want him coming into my presence.
Yeah. Drugstore cowgirl spirit's much better than
Yeah.
black
That's a lot more fun, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
All right. Next question. Mirth Striker asks, which practice would you be angriest at your daughters if they came home from the Blue Heron Institute and announced that it was their new focus of study?
Yeah, I have to say the goblin exterminator, because I still really like those guys. I know they can be terrible, but they're almost their own worst enemy. I mean, you usually you can be clever enough to make them start fighting amongst themselves, and stuff. And so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the rest of that was, but yeah.
Okay.
Air Apocalypse wants to know, would you allow Jenny or I to attend the Blue Heron Institute? I guess like if we were still children in your house.
I have to say no. I mean, that place is crazy dangerous. They would be homeschooled little children that would be sheltered from all this stuff.
We'd learn
emotionally manipulated.
Emotionally manipulate, yeah.
You're like, I really enjoy out of studying. No, I don't want to play any video games. Those are gross, but I want to study math all day.
Jen? Oh, yeah. That's great. Yeah. No, that'd be okay with me because it's the outcome I'd be going for,
Yeah, it's not the journey. It's actually
it's just the will.
It's just the end result.
Yeah, it's the end. The end result. That's right.
The end justifies the means, I suppose. Elliot asks, do you think the trio will actually make it to their new magic school tomorrow like they plan to?
I have to say no. I don't know what'll happen, but I can almost bet they're not going to make it back to school tomorrow.
Yeah, so what do you think's going to happen? I think we know at this point that there's 3 of Bristow's aware in town.
Oh, really?
I think we know. Yeah. So let me double check the end of that chapter because I'm pretty sure that they tell us. Man, these chapters are long. A lot of scrolling.
They sure are.
Okay.
They're good though.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So Matthew texted them and said that the Skeptic, the Glamour Drowned, and the Gilded Lily are in town. So that's Sharon, Daniel, and Clem.
Oh, what could happen? Oh my God. Oh, this could be bad.
Yeah, so what do you think, Mom?
I mean, they've got to find some object that's gonna do something. I still find it Verona's dad kind of fascinating I just feel so sorry for her. I don't think I would have answered my phone. I think I would have played like it's dead, because
sucks.
It's never good. I mean, there's nothing she can do except provide emotional support and get beat upon by him or whatever, So Sharon and Daniel, what does Sharon do? She's a I don't know. She's a thief.
She's a skeptic. She's a skeptic. She disbelieves so hard in magic that she can actually make it stop working.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whose side is she on though?
What?
I mean, is she going to be like, I hate what all these people are doing, to you, so I'm going to help you 3?
She doesn't know that magic really exists or whatever. Like, I don't think any of these people know why they're in town.
Oh.
Which is just to mess with stuff, I guess. But she Yeah, it's not like she knows magic exists, right? Because that would break her whole thing. She like absolutely believes it doesn't exist so strongly that she can like make practice stop working.
Yeah, she makes
Wow,
magic stop
that's
working.
really interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I don't even know.
Out of those three, I guess, like what you know about him, who do you think is going to be the most trouble?
Oh, probably the Lily one.
Probably
Because
Clem, the Gilded Lily.
she's really trouble surrounds her. She doesn't. She doesn't. It does. And yeah, I bet you it'll be her. That's my guess.
Who do you think is going to be the least amount of trouble?
Daniel, if I have to guess.
Okay. Why is that? Just because?
Well, he's already kind of done his dues, and he doesn't really. I think he kind of just doesn't want a lot to do with it right now. He's not going to try to engage in stuff. Shelley might be more feisty. You know, those
right,
are just,
but Shelley's not going. It's Sharon.
Oh, she's not? Which one's
Yeah,
Sharon?
so Daniel's sister isn't going. It's
So
the one who makes magic stop working.
The skeptic is going.
Oh, so I was mixed up. Sorry. Oh, yeah, the last one. That's right. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is kind of good because she was interesting because she makes video. She's like like a paparazzi or something, you know. She'll follow people around and take videos of them and stuff like that. That's really obnoxious. So she'll probably take some videos of those guys. Or who knows?
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. That would be a fun thing if you had to pick something to do. It's even worse than the manipulation of, you know, emotions, is being spying on people and taking all these videos. But you got to admit that'd be kind of fun to hide behind the bushes and be like
to be a complete creep.
Yeah, be a complete creep, right?
It'd be so fun. Just be a creep.
Well, if you can emotionally manipulate them, then they won't be mad.
Jeez, it's so bad.
Those
so
two
terrible.
Together, that would be really good ones to have. Emotional manipulation.
It's so bad, Mom. It's so bad.
A video camera?
Hurting anybody. You are benefiting yourself a lot.
You're benefiting yourself a lot, and you're kind of like, I mean, you could argue it is harming someone. Because
yeah, but it's not like all those other things. All those other things are really like hurting people. They're killing people. They're spitting spiders. You know, they're doing
but they're
lots
not
of bad
changing your mind. They're not like
it's like mind control almost.
Right.
You know? Mom's just like, yep. Okay with me if you do your homework.
I'll change you back. It doesn't last forever.
Change you back.
It's going to be kind of obnoxious to live with if you guys every day were like, my sister, I love her so much when you're like 13 years old. That would be weird. But for an hour or two, shoot, that'd be nice. And even Dad, like, oh, honey, you're so wonderful. What would I do? I could take that for, you know, a couple of hours and then you just have to turn it off. Yeah.
Just turn it off. You're like, okay, go back
to go back to your old
doing.
grouchy self. Yeah.
Fun.
Oh my gosh.
So, who, Elliot also asked, who is your favorite Kenneteer at this point in the story?
Can I say Snowdrop?
Sure.
Is she a Kenneteer, or does it have to be the three?
I mean, we'll take Snowdrop as your favorite person.
Yeah, my favorite right now. She's really fun.
She's super fun.
Cool. She's really fun.
Yeah. And you dodged the trap, which was, you know, now Megafire asks which Kenneteers do Jenny and Malia remind you of, and if you had been like Lucy and Jenny's Lucy, then we would have all felt bad. So.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah, no, that's the question, right? Who do they? So I'm just switching it up for which one you guys remind me of. Is I was picking somebody totally different, and I picked Jenny. You remind me of Lucy's mom because she's a nurse and she's working hard all the time. She really loves her family, but she's tired. She's gone all the time, and that's kind of you.
That is kind of me right now.
It's kind of you right now, Malia. I don't know what I can't find anybody for you, so I picked Verona right now because I look at right where you are, and you're going to be taking the bar. You're probably going to be moving someplace. You might be getting married someday, and and you probably
possible.
or have a job after the bar. And there's things that are to me, your life seems really up in the air. Maybe you think you have it all figured out, but
No.
Verona kind
Not
of
according
seems
to
like
Mom.
I love that. Yeah. Yep, you guys are kind of always on the edge. You know, you'll be like 60 years old, and I'll be like, "Well, honey, I better give you this advice because I don't think you know how to handle this."
Oh, Mom.
Fair.
It's just a mom thing, yeah. I can't erase it. So anyway, that Verona kind of doesn't know what her future looks like, really. I mean, if I were her, I probably would try not to ever go back to that house. I don't think she wants to, but the place she lives, the thing with her dad, does she still want to turn into a cat or whatever the heck, So, and what's her big thing going to be, or practice and stuff? So she's still a little bit up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
She's worse than you, Malia.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
Jeez. So, Kippos asks, how do you feel about Wildbow's other works, knowing that according to your children, this is Wildbow's least gory work?
So, yeah, just let me get through this one, and then I think that's terrible. I mean that in the sweetest way, but let me get through this one, and I think it's conditioned me so I can take a lot more gory stuff.
Oh,
I know. I mean, I like the style
Interesting.
of writing. I just wasn't so dark, It's like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is pretty dark, but it's
really
got its
dark.
little light moments too.
Did he write Worm, or is that a different?
He wrote Worm.
See, that was whenever you tried to get me to read that, I was like creeped out. I mean, it was so scary.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
You
I
might be
could
able to
read
handle
that
it better now.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Really? Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
Which is the scariest one? Pact or Worm?
I want to see what Malia says.
I mean, I kind of think Worm.
They're different.
They're different. Right now, I think Worm, which is probably a hot take, but I also haven't finished Pact, so I don't know.
That is a hot take, I'd say, but interesting. Okay.
So you think this one is just not? This one's pretty mild.
It ramps up later.
But
in the beginning, it's
good to know. Yeah, I was pretty bored with all this. Just basically killing and maiming and twisting people's minds around.
I still think the Hungry Choir chapter in that first arc is like the most intense and visceral and gross from the story so far. There's a couple of other things that are described in certain ways that are really bad, but I don't know.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
that's fair.
Are you guys going to warn me when the next chapter comes up? It's like, okay, Mom, get ready. Well, think about it.
If we remember, maybe.
Yeah, if we remember. It's a long book. So
yeah.
might be like,
maybe it's your listeners, you guys, let me know.
Warn Mom. Yeah.
Poor Mom.
Go ahead, Lou. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jen, do you have any other? So that's the end of our listener questions that we got, I think. Do you have other questions? Well, just to note, Waterfall also asked if you had any favorites among the BHI students, but we kind of asked that already, and I think you said Zach.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, did you have any other questions or anything, Jen, about this section?
Don't ask her that.
Sorry.
She loves to bring something out of the blue.
I guess I'm just kind of curious. Do you have any bold and specific predictions for the story? And if not, that's okay. But I just figured I'd ask.
It's just not going to go well for anyone. That's kind of a wide thing. But that's my prediction. Yeah, it's not going to end nicely.
So you think it's going to be sad endings for everyone?
Yeah, probably. The whole I mean, this is not an author that loves to have a happy ending.
I mean, that's a bold claim considering you've never read one of his endings.
Wouldn't that be awesome? We should do that at some point. Just be like, okay, we're going to wind this up and we're going to make a totally different. We should do that at a podcast at the very end. If I ever finish this book, is change the ending to what you want it to be.
Maybe it'll be the perfect ending, Mom.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe he's not done yet. So
he's not done yet.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll convince him, please. Save Snowdrop, and make somebody fall in love and make somebody happy and make Verona's dad shape up.
He can shape up.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah.
Yeah.
He could use some
love
emotional manipulation.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you who do you think Matthew is he in? Because I remember you at the very beginning, you were saying Matthew and Louise.
Louise, yeah.
Do you think that's still going to happen, or do you think it's going to? You don't.
I forgot about Louise. I don't know where she is. Did she come back?
I'm not telling you that.
Come on, you guys.
I'm not telling you that.
You gotta read, Mom. It's going to hook you in.
What if she does?
What if she does?
I mean, she could.
Oh, then there's going to be a big fight between. There's 3 of them though. There's Louise, and there's the Edith, and there's the other one that died. That's not Edith.
Who?
The one in the hospital bed. Is that Edith?
So that's Edith, and the girl by candlelight is the composite spirit inside of her body.
Yeah,
so
see, there's 3 of them.
But that's Edith and Girl by Candlelight are kind of together. They're
but maybe not.
Maybe not.
Oh, okay.
Maybe something's going to happen to break them apart.
Do you think that there's going to be a final showdown?
Yeah, all for Matthew.
Over Matthew.
Yeah, over Matthew. He's the catch. Yeah.
Yeah, Mom, who's going to win?
Oh, I can't tell you that right now.
Oh, okay.
You have to wait and see.
Okay.
Fair is fair. Jeez.
All right. It's time for you to tell us 3 things.
Okay. I got my 3 things. Number 1, I can't wait for them to take that mug mile where you have the faces in the footpath and you're stepping on their faces and they're trying to bite you. That was fabulous.
Why do you want them to do that?
It's amazing. That'll be
to step on people's faces.
No, that's not the worst thing that you've done in this book. Yeah, I mean, you can step on the sides of their faces if you're really nervous about it. And I'd be nervous because especially if their mouth are open or they have sharpened teeth or whatever, I would avoid those. Yeah, but
you could step on all their eyes, which is not very nice.
You could. Foreheads.
Yeah.
I'd probably be running, taping really big leaps and just kind of hoping that I step in the right place and not right in their mouth. But no, I want them to do that. That's a good one.
A strategy.
And then number 2 was I love Snowdrop and the kitchen staff. And I want to see more of that because that was really fun. Mm-hmm. And number 3 is that dolls creep me out. And I hope dolls creep me out. It's like clowns. And yeah, that's creepy.
Is that just because of this book, or have they always creeped you out?
No, it's this book, I think.
Okay. So this book is starting a phobia for you.
Yeah, dolls are, since this book, I don't know, I've gone into Walmart or Target and you walk through that doll aisle and they are kind of creepy, you guys.
I'm sorry,
there's not very many. If you walk
the doll aisle?
The doll aisle.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're kind of creepy. I mean, there's not very many dolls that seem comforting or whatever to me. They seem a little bit, like they know too much or something. So maybe it's this book.
They know too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I challenge you to walk through the doll aisle this week.
All right.
And just look into their eyes and see if you can see into their soul.
I mean, they're kind of lifeless and soulless, which maybe that's why they're creepy.
What, at first glance they are, but maybe not.
But you see life in their eyes?
Sometimes. Oh, yeah. It's creepy.
That's probably the reflection. It's probably because it's a glass eye.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's it.
Cool. So another segment, I guess, that we have on this podcast is for where Mom gives us her book recommendation. So what should we be reading instead of or alongside Pale, Mom?
Okay, now I'm not going to say instead of, because you guys have to keep going with this, but alongside, I think your readers might really like this book. I just finished it yesterday or in the middle of the night. It's called The Anomaly, and it's by this French author, and I can't remember his name, but he's a French guy. So, and it's really a very different book, and
Is it Hervé
Hervé.
Tellier?
Yeah, good
Okay.
job.
Thanks.
But
Say it one more time.
Hervé Le Tellier.
Cool.
That might not be how you pronounce it, but I'm known for mispronouncing things. So
okay, yeah, but it was really good, and it was he did like all like 13 different genres in one book and things like that. It was like he challenged himself to do all these things that were really really different, and it reminds me of like The Matrix or The Twilight Zone or the TV series Lost, where, you know, something happens and you find yourself in this other dimension. And this starts with a plane flying from Paris to like New York, I think. And right before they get there, there's this just incredible turbulence where the plane takes this huge dive and they think they're all going to die. And they didn't die. They were able to get out, but and it's I can't remember how many people were on the plane, but it does, you know, it goes back to the lives of probably about 10 of them or something and tells what happens. So 3 months later, the same darn plane with the same passengers takes off from Paris to go to New York, and they have the same turbulence. The same thing happens. So they land in this, so Washington D.C. is kind of aware of what's happening right when when the pilot, you know, does this Mayday thing and all this. They're like, oh, holy cow, that's the same thing. So they make them land at some secret hangar in Washington or something, and the FBI keeps all the passengers to the side, doesn't let them out, and they're interviewing them and all this stuff. And then the third part of the book is where you see what happens when they meet their doubles. And so, you know, I mean, like, what would you do if you came home and there was you know? And so it's everything from kill the guy, you know, to become best friends and, you know, figure out how to work that. Maybe have some polygamy going on so you can have a break sometimes. I mean, there's lots of different options of how you can deal with this, or make one of the people, force them to move away so that you can continue your life and stuff. So it was really interesting. And then the very last, I'll just tell you. Should I tell you?
No, don't spoil.
Yeah, don't spoil it. We don't want to spoil it.
Okay, so the last part, it's the best ending. So there you are. I thought it was great. And and he won a big award for it. It's been translated into like 40 something languages. So it's a very popular book. And again, it's like sci-fi and a million different genres, but I think you guys it'd be interesting if you guys would read it. I think you might like it.
Yeah, I feel like listeners, I guess I could do this, but I don't remember how. So Doof Media does a book club, and I feel like this would be a great one for the book club. Matrix, Lost, these are right up Matt and Scott's alley. So I think, somebody nominate it and maybe they'll pick it. If you haven't done it already. I don't keep up with the book club super well, but sounds great.
Yeah, I think this is a good one for your audience. I think they'd love that.
I've always wanted to be a twin, and so I think that like I would get along with we'd make it work, you know? What do y'all think you'd do? Would you immediately kill the person?
No. I don't think I would go straight to murder.
Yeah, no, me either. I do the thing, and I think when I started thinking of jealousy stuff, like what if they took you two to Disney World and I wasn't there, you know? I mean, would I be able to be like, well, that's me too, so it's okay or whatever? I don't know. It gets really, the one thing I didn't say that was really, really, it adds a good twist is that the second plane took off 3 months later. A lot of stuff can happen in 3 months. I mean, people can die, people can get pregnant, different things can happen in relationships. So that really messed it up. It was great. It was a good book.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty
Listeners, let us
interesting.
know if you read it and what you think, because that sounds like a fun one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our mom, as most people listen to this know, makes greeting cards, and we tend to give one away to our listeners every episode. We are kind of behind in picking an actual winner this time. We're going to pick one and send one. But basically, to enter, you just have to comment on the Reddit post for this episode, or you can tweet at Pale Comparison with the hashtag Our Mom Critiques Wildbow to enter. And they're pretty sweet. So
yeah,
you should definitely try.
Also, if we've contacted you and said you won and you haven't gotten the card yet, please reach out to me on Discord. I feel like last time I sent out a card, it came back. And so I'm not sure what the status of all of them are. And we want y'all to get your cards. So hold us accountable.
Yes.
And if you haven't gotten it and we've told you that you won, please let me know.
But be honest.
Come on.
We don't have unlimited cards.
I send them cards. I got so many cards, you guys.
You do?
We don't have so many pale themed cards.
No, but I can do it if it's.
You could just send you like a random card, I guess. Just be like, have a nice day.
Good. Yeah, I could. Yeah, but look at all the possibilities,
That's true. I mean, Mom, I'm trying to look out for you and make sure.
No, I want you guys. I feel bad for them. They need to see these cards because, and now I need a creepy doll stamp now, but I don't have one that I can think of. So
I'm sure that'd be useful for a lot of other things.
Yeah. What the frick would you use? Creepy doll stamp.
I want a Bonky Donk stamp.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like a Bonky Donk sounds. They sound freaking delicious.
Yeah,
they actually do have creepy doll stamps. That's interesting. Wow. Okay.
Oh gosh.
I guess they have a stamp for everything. So
yeah, I think so.
All right. Any other thoughts, guys?
No. This was fun, Mom. Thanks.
Yeah, that was fun. Okay, well, thanks for listening, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and leave a rating and review. If you'd like to support Wildbow, go to patreon.com/wildbow. And if you want to support me, check out my blog at www.createwithcheryl.me.
You can also check out Pale in Comparison, a podcast where Malia uses her knowledge of Pale to guess what happens in Pact, one of Wildbow's other web serials, and I try to not give anything away. In addition, check out all the other great shows in the Doof Network and support us at patreon.com/doofmedia.
You can follow us on Twitter at Pale Comparison or send us an email at paleincomparisonpod@gmail.com. Also, be on the lookout for that Reddit post where you can share your thoughts on this episode and enter the giveaway.
All right. And I also wanted to mention we do have a fan art contest out right now that you can enter. Oh, is it over?
By the time I post this, it'll probably be over. But voting might be happening. Patrons, voting might be happening. So
look on the vote. There you go. That was good. I was trying to add this nice little plug at the end, and then it was like, nope.
Yeah, we're recording this a little ahead of time because I'm going on a trip after the bar to celebrate, and we won't have time to record. So we're saving it till then. So
yeah. Never mind. Yeah, but feel free to vote and stuff. So, all right, cool. Have a good one. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, bye.